Hi everybody, I'm Ayana and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome, and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about how much nurses make. How can you make the most amount of money as just a registered nurse? And then, is it really worth it for real? Let's start with how much nurses actually make. What's the guap, what we bring at home. And I'll even talk about what I started making as a nurse. So, straight from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the mean hourly wage for a nurse is $42.80. That's good money. That's good money, I will say. The top paying states for registered nurses are: number one, you have California coming in at $64 an hour, Hawaii coming in at $54 an hour, and then you have Oregon coming in at $51 an hour, Massachusetts coming in at $50 an hour, and then Alaska coming in at $49 an hour. So one thing to know about these places that pay more, the cost of living is more. That's why they pay more. And I'm not saying they don't maybe make more like on the end as well, like net pay. But the general reason of why they pay more is because the cost of living is more there as well. So let's start with me and what I was making as a new nurse. So this is for as of May 2022. And I started working in July of 2020. So July of 2020, my base pay was only $25.50. My base pay was $25.50. And then within those 2 years, so I just came up on my third year as a nurse. So within those like first 2 years and a half where I was at that same facility, I did have a big increase in my pay. By the time I left that facility, I was making $35 an hour base pay. So there definitely was a big increase in pay. And let me tell y'all, yes, this is good money. $35 an hour for me as a 22-year-old, it's good money. Don't get me wrong. Even like out in California, they making what, $64 an hour. That is good money. Don't get me wrong. But the taxes, y'all, they take out so much in taxes. You don't get paid that for real. And it's like the hourly looks good, but once you take out your insurance and your benefits, your retirement and your taxes, your check might look the same as somebody that's making less than you, because when you make less, you get less taken out. The more you make, the more you get taken out of your check. And that's just the way the game goes, honestly, in that upper middle class range. And you really got to get out of that upper middle class range and get to the higher class where you're making big bucks for it to not affect you in the same way. You know what I mean? That's one thing about like nursing and the pay. The dollars sound good, but you get so much taken out in taxes. Sometimes it just seems like it's not even worth it. Like, how somebody that's doing a completely different job with no degree, and no shade to them, it's more shade to whoever makes the nursing standard, or whoever like regulates our pay. It's more shade to them, because how do you do that to people that have a degree, that's the most trusted profession, and we don't even really get to enjoy our money because it all gets taken out of taxes? Let me break it down to y'all honestly, to kind of see like where people's money is going, like what a check will look like. So let's start out like, when I first became a nurse. So I'm making $25.50 an hour. So we're going to start at $25.50, and we're working 36 hours a week. We're not going to add any differentials or anything right now. So let's just do 25 times 36 hours in a week. It's 2 weeks. You get paid every 2 weeks. So times that is 1836. So 1836 minus taxes. Normally like 1836 minus taxes, they're probably at least taking out $400 to $300 probably at that point. And it kind of depends. So the first $10,000 of taxes, you're taxed at one rate, and after you hit that 10,000, once you're over that first 10,000, you get taxed at a different rate. So it's like you're kind of getting taxed on two different numbers. It's a little weird, but So let's say you're making $18.36, and now we're gonna minus, let's just say $300. Let's see, that's what they took out in the taxes, was $300. So now now we're down to $15.36, and let's minus the retirement. So retirement, let's say you're putting in, well, retirement happens first. So we're at $18.36, and let's minus the retirement. So retirement, let's say you're putting in, we'll say you're doing 10%. So retirement, 10%, that's $183.60. So we're at $18.36 minus $183.60. We're down to $16.52. So let's minus taxes from there. So we're gonna say $300, and then let's minus then we're gonna minus insurance. So dental and vision, those are normally cheap. We'll say both of those are $20 each for dental and vision. And then for insurance, let's say insurance is, I thought this is a hospital job, y'all. So let's say we're at the hospital. Insurance, you get insurance taken out every check. So twice a month. So insurance for this check, let's say they took out 70. So we're going to minus 20 for dental, 20 for vision, and minus 70 for your health insurance. So we are down to $1,242. And that is off of making, my base pay, which was $25.50 an hour. So you can kind of see, like, taking $1,200 home after 2 weeks, it ain't no money for real. Not when you got to pay rent, and rent is high. Rent is probably at least like, $1,500, if not more, like rent is high. And plus like groceries, gas, car, like there's so many other bills. So like, honestly, it's not that much money as people make it seem after taxes, retirement, benefits, all that stuff. But needless to say, money makes the world go round, but people don't go into nursing for that. I went into nursing for my love for the babies, like to help those little premature babies. Like that's why I went to nursing. I've always had an interest like in the medical field, so I always knew I wanted to be in something healthcare related, but I went into nursing for those little premature babies. I always knew that that's where I wanted to work. That's why I went into nursing. And also, nursing is a secure job. You will always have a job as a nurse. You might not be working where you want to work, but you will always have a job as a nurse. It's a secure career. I personally, I recommend it. I know I just talked junk about the pay, but I definitely recommend being a nurse because there are ways to increase your pay. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. So one way to increase your pay is working night shift. Night shift varies based on facility. At my facility, so you have first shift, second shift, and third shift. First shift is from 7 to 3. Second shift is from 3 to 11. And then third shift is 11 to 7 a.m. So for second shift, you get paid, I'm gonna just talk about how it was at my job. Second shift, you got paid an extra $4 an hour. So you're making $25.50 an hour. And so if you're working night shift, you start in that second shift range. And so at least for my job, second shift was about $4 an hour. So if we're at $25.50, now we're making $29.50. And you're making that from 7 to 11. And then from 11 to 7 a.m., it was $5. So now you're making $30 an hour. So for the first 4 hours, you make $29. And for the last 8 hours, you make $30. And so that's one way to really increase your pay, is to work night shift. It's hard, but you do make more money working nights. But remember, the more money you make, the more taxes they take out. That's one way to make more money. Also, when you first get a job somewhere, find a place that's doing bonuses. Bonuses can be a lot, like $10,000-ish. Like it can be a lot. Also, recruiting. Is it recruiting? Being a reference, like referring somebody to your job. If you refer somebody to your job, you can get good bonuses for that as well. That's a good way to make some money. So bonuses like sign-on bonuses, referring somebody to your job. Most jobs, they kind of have like some type of yearly like bonus or something as well. So that's another way you can make more money as a nurse. Let's see. And then just like regular, just a basic RN, you can also make more money by traveling. And traveling, the opportunities are endless. And also, there are way more jobs. Like you can work from home as a nurse. You can work in a doctor's office. You can be it's not necessarily called a lawyer nurse, but somebody that works in law as a nurse. You can work at the airport. You can work in the NFL. You can literally work anywhere as a nurse. The opportunities are endless. You can be in forensics. Like you can do so many things as a nurse. So like there are definitely ways to like increase your pay, to really enjoy your job and to love what you do. Like as I said before, nobody becomes a nurse for the money. Nobody does. You become a nurse because you love what you do, or you're reaching towards a goal to get to where you're loving what you do. You know what I mean? So those are those other ways to really increase your pay as a nurse, and you can bring home some good money doing that though. So we have that, and then let's talk about some, like, is it really worth it? Like I already said it before, I say I couldn't recommend being a nurse even more. Like the money might not be where you want to be, but everybody loves being a nurse. And if you don't, it's not the career for you, honestly. So if you enjoy it, you love what you do, or you're in nursing school and you're having fun with it, I say stick it out, do it, become a nurse. Like it's absolutely worth it. Don't stop. Find the unit or the career path in nursing for you, because like I said, the opportunities are endless, y'all. So those are the way you can make the most money as a nurse, really increase your pay. Sorry, y'all, nurses aren't rich, but we got a little something. We working it out. But anyways, y'all, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please comment down below. If there's any content y'all want to see, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.